Alright, so it's been a while since I've made a video, but I've been thinking about making this video for a while. This is just a practice video or a practice test that I have for one of my pharmacy classes. I have 13 questions here. If you're interested in more questions, feel free to sign up for the class. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Cool, alright. Let's get started. So the first question says, if the pharmacy technician is to prepare 2 liters of a 6% betadine solution for stock, what volume of a 10% betadine solution would be used if it is mixed with distilled water? The equation that we would use with this one would be one of them that we've talked about in the class. Below I will put the place that you can find it in the book or the manual of where you can find exactly how to do this. So the first thing, so for the equation is going to be the initial volume times the initial strength, and that's going to equal the final volume, and the final strength. Oh, first we should identify what's which. So if the pharmacy technician is to prepare 2 liters of a 6% betadine solution for stock, so we know that the initial volume is going to be 2 liters. So we'll say the initial volume. And then the initial strength is going to be the 6%. So we want to find the final volume. So we have the 10%, so that's the final strength. So when we plug it in, we have, oh, and something else that's important to remember is that we like to deal in milliliters. So if we ever see liters, it's typically best to convert it to milliliters, and that's covered in another video. But 2 liters is going to be 2,000 milliliters. So if we have 2,000 milliliters times the initial strength, which is the 6%, and then we have FV equals the final strength, which is 10%. And then we use a simple basic algebra to solve this. So then we go 2,000 times 6 divided by the 10%. And that gives us the final volume of 1,200 milliliters. So the answer would be A. So for the next one, the generic Percodan contains, this is going to be something that you're going to need to know, part of the top 200 drugs that you're going to need to know, the brand generic and the class. But the generic for Percodan contains oxycodone and acetaminophen. And something else that I'll do from here on out is I'll go ahead and give a pause so you can pause the video so you can work on the problem yourself, and then once you're ready to check, you can go ahead and get it started as well. Alright, so for number 3, it says, if amoxicillin 225 milligrams PO/TID is ordered. Now, this is also good practice for learning SIG code. So PO is what? It's by mouth, and TID is what? It's 3 times a day. So if amoxicillin 225 milligrams by mouth 3 times a day is ordered, how many milliliters of the 125 over 5 ml suspension will be administered per dose? Alright, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set up a ratio proportion. So if we have 125 milligram per 5 milliliter, and that equals, so remember I like to do line equals line, and then we put the 220, do we put the 225 on the top or bottom? Remember that we always want to put the units on the same side. We'll put the 225 milligrams on the top. And we want to find out how many milliliters is going to be needed to administer this dose. So what we do is we cross multiply and divide, and when we do that, that'll give us 9 milliliters. So the answer is C. Alright, so for the next one, number 4, what is the total weight if 0.05 grams is added to 0.50 milligrams? Go ahead and try to solve this one yourself. Alright, one way that we can do this is we see, oh, they want the answer in milligrams just by looking at the answers. So we want to convert everything to milligrams. Well, this one is already in milligrams. Is this one in milligrams? Nope. So we're going to want to go ahead and convert that to milligrams. Now, how many milligrams are in 1 gram? 1,000. There's 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. So what you can do is you can multiply the 0.05 grams times 1,000, and that'll give us 50 grams. And then you add it to the 0.5 grams, 0.50 milligrams, and that gives us 50.5. Oops. I'm sorry. Make sure you label your units right, because that's going to be important as well. So when you put those together, that's going to be the 50.5 milligrams. So the answer for that one is which one? B. Good job. Now this one isn't so much math that has to go with the pharmacy, but this has to do with some insurance business related things. And so what is a universal claim used for? Is it A, insurance fraud, B, insurance billing, C, insurance policies, or D, insurance theft? The answer is B, insurance billing. So that's going to be one that would be good to know. The universal claim for is used for insurance billing. All right, which drug must be mixed and stored in a glass container? So the answer for this one has to do with the safety of the medication. This is also can be found in the book. And like I said, I'll go ahead and list the page number where it's at. But this one is going to be A, nitroglycerin. And in the book, it'll talk about more why nitroglycerin needs to be stored in a glass container. So number 7, which type of insulin may be added to an IV solution? A, NPH, B, Lente, C, ultralente, or D, regular? The answer for this one is going to be D, regular. And this can be found, like I said, I'll go ahead and include it again, but this one can be found on page 116 of the manual. Number 8, which of the following medications is a Schedule 4 control substance? Something else that I want to point out is the Schedule 4. Real quick reminder, how many different schedule classes are there? There's 5. Which one's the strictest? Scheduled 1. And the most lenient is going to be Scheduled 5. So first you're going to want to know, this has to do again with brand and generic, you're going to want to know your different brand generics and classes as well. So for this one, which one do you think this is? The answer is going to be B, Tylox. All right, number 9. How many 250 milligram doses are contained in 5 grams of cephalexan? First thing that you want to notice is that the milligram and the gram are in different units. So what's the first thing you want to do? You're going to want to convert them to the same units. It doesn't matter which one, whichever one's easiest. I like to convert it, like I said, to the milligram. 5 grams, which is going to be 5,000 milligrams. So we'll just go ahead and write that up here. 5,000 milligrams of cephalexan. All right, so the way that you're going to want to solve this is going to be ratios and proportions again. So first thing you do is line equals line. And let's put our milligrams on the top. So 250 milligrams and 5,000 milligrams. All right, so with this one, we know that one dose is 250 milligrams. So one dose is 250 milligrams. We want to find out how many doses are in 500 milligrams. So when we cross multiply and divide, what does that give us? That'll give us 20 doses. So the answer is going to be A. The next question is, which auxiliary label should be affixed to a prescription for tetracycline? Is it going to be A, take with food, B, take with milk, C, do not take with dairy or iron products, or D, for external use only? All right, and the answer to this one is answer C, do not take with dairy or iron products. All right, number 11. If the AWP, and what does AWP stand for? Average wholesale price for a bottle of 100 Percocet is $55.56, with a 15% markup and a $6 dispensing fee is charged, what would the retail cost be for 30 tablets? All right, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to find out how much one tablet costs. Okay. So if the average wholesale price for a bottle of 100 per, okay, so line equals line. Line equals line. And you have 100 tablets equals $55.56 with a 15% markup and a $6 dispensing fee. We'll worry about this later because that's going to be on the final total. We want to find out how much 30 tablets cost. So 30 tablets, cross multiply and divide. Okay, so the answer for 30 tablets, I'm sorry, I know I said 1, but we'll just do 30 here. If you wanted to do 1, you can just cross that out, cross multiply and divide, and that'll give you that. But for 30 tablets, it's going to cost $16.67. But wait, that's not the 15% markup and the 6% dispensing fee. So what you want to do with this now, let's just go ahead and draw a dotted line like that. If $16.67 is 100%, how much is going to be a 15%? Again, you cross multiply and divide, and that'll give you $2.50. So 15% of $16.67 is $2.50. And you want to add those together, and that'll give you $19.17. And then go ahead and add on the $6 dispensing fee. And that'll give you $25.17. All right, so that one is close enough to the 25. You can go ahead and choose A. All right, so the last two. Under the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, which of the following information is required on an outpatient dispensing label? Is it A, number of the prescriber, B, name and address of the pharmacy, C, telephone number of the pharmacy, or D, date the prescription is filled or refilled? The answer is going to be C, telephone number of the pharmacy. All right, the last one. Which of the following drugs is an H2 antagonist? Is it A, Axid, B, Protonix, C, Prilosec, or D, Prevacid? The answer for this one is going to be A, Axid. All right, so that's it for the review. I hope you guys did well. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, like, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want more practice problems and some more guidance on how to pass your pharmacy technician class, feel free to send me an email at farmvilletech@gmail.com. And we'll talk about that. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the video.